Almost everything you've been told about dopamine is wrong. Dopamine is not the pleasure chemical. Every podcast, every self-help book says the same thing. Dopamine equals reward, hit the goal, feel good. It sounds right, it's wrong. And that mistake is why most advice about motivation has never actually worked. Your brain has two separate systems. One for pleasure, feeling good when something lands in front of you. One for drive, the force that makes you go after it. Dopamine runs the second one, not the first. Dopamine isn't that felt good. Dopamine is go get it. It doesn't fire when you get the reward, it fires in anticipation of it. And when a reward you expected doesn't show up, dopamine drops below baseline. Your brain punishes a missed expectation harder than it rewards a win. Dopamine is the engine of the chase, not the trophy. One more thing. Dopamine peaks hardest when there's about a 50-50 chance of getting the reward. Maximum uncertainty, maximum dopamine. The maybe is more powerful than the yes. Keep that in mind, because your phone was engineered around exactly that. Your brain was calibrated for a world that no longer exists. Dopamine evolved in real scarcity. Sugar came from fruit that ripened twice a year. Status was earned in a tribe of 150 people. The biggest hit your ancestors ever got was probably finding a beehive. Every app on your phone was designed to deliver dopamine in exactly the pattern your brain finds most compulsive. Not the most satisfying, the most compulsive. There's a difference. Infinite scroll removes natural stopping points. Each swipe is unpredictable, sometimes interesting, sometimes not. That uncertainty is the whole mechanism. The 50-50, running on a loop all day. Your brain's response isn't to enjoy it more. It starts destroying dopamine receptors to protect itself. Not dialing them down, dismantling them. Fewer receptors, higher threshold for what feels rewarding. Normal things start feeling flat. So you reach for more stimulation, which destroys more receptors. It's not a cycle, it's a ratchet. One direction, unless you intervene. Here's what a hijacked dopamine system actually feels like. See how many of these you recognize. The fog. You sit down to work and the thoughts won't connect. You read something and it doesn't stick. Your prefrontal cortex, focus, planning, working memory, runs on dopamine. No fuel, no function, the can't start. The wanting is real. You want to go to the gym, work on the thing, make the call. But the starting doesn't happen. That's not laziness. Dopamine is the system that calculates whether a high-effort action is worth doing. When it runs low, your brain stops choosing hard options. Not because you don't care, or because the math stopped computing. The flatness. Things that used to feel good don't anymore. You finish something and feel nothing. Your capacity for pleasure is still there. You've just stopped pursuing the situations where it lives. The procrastination that makes no sense. You're not scared of the hard thing. Your brain just stopped registering future rewards as real. Scrolling feels like now. The project feels like an abstraction. That's not a character flaw. That's a broken reward calculator. The empty win. You hit the goal and feel nothing. Because dopamine was firing throughout the entire pursuit. Every plan, every step, every moment of anticipation. By the time you arrived, the reward was already spent. The trophy was cashed before you touched it. 2 or more of those. You're not falling apart. You're in the majority. Systems problem, systems solution. Here's the distinction that changes everything. Not all dopamine is the same. There's cheap dopamine. Scrolling, junk food, passive consumption, any variable reward loop that delivers hits with zero friction. And there's earned dopamine. The kind generated by effort, challenge, and real progress. The difference isn't philosophical, it's physiological. Every cheap dopamine hit creates a compensatory dip below baseline. Bigger hit, deeper dip. Do this consistently and you've raised the floor your brain needs just to feel neutral. Normal life goes gray. You need more stimulation just to get back to zero. Earned dopamine doesn't spike and crash. It accumulates. Your brain releases dopamine during progress, not just at the finish line. Any progress. Because a loop closed. Your brain doesn't respond to scale. It responds to completion. Dopamine was designed to reward effort. The modern world rerouted it to reward consumption. You just have to reroute it back. Quick thing before the solutions. Dopamine detox is not real. You can't fast from a neurotransmitter. What actually helps is cutting high-stimulation compulsive behaviors, which works. But that's behavioral discipline, not a detox. Just wanted to clear that up. Cold water. Cold water immersion raises dopamine around 250% above baseline, same magnitude as cocaine, but sustained for hours, not minutes, and without destroying your receptors. 11 minutes a week, cold shower counts. Stillness. 10 minutes of actual stillness. Not background noise, not scrolling with lo-fi on. Measurably increases dopamine and rebuilds receptors over time. It's the only thing documented to do both. 10 minutes. That's it. Create instead of consume. Passive consumption degrades dopamine production. Creation does the opposite. Building something, writing, solving a hard problem, that strengthens the exact receptors that scrolling destroys. The more you create, the easier it gets. The more you consume, the harder everything gets. Pick a direction. Most people report feeling genuinely good again. Not high, just good. After about 90 days of this. 90 days. That's not a long time to get your brain back. 3 things. Concrete. Today. 1. Hard thing first. Before the phone, before any app. One thing that costs effort. 20 minutes. The sequence is the point. Earn the dopamine before you receive it. 2. Friction, not willpower. Phone in another room when you work. App timer 60 minutes a day. No screens for the first hour. You're not fighting the system, you're changing the environment so the default behavior changes. Willpower runs out. Environment doesn't. 3. Finish one small thing every day. Not plan it, not start it. Finish it, close the loop. The dopamine is mile high, but it's real, it compounds, and it makes you want to do it again tomorrow. Earn the good feeling, then you'll actually feel it. Now that you know what's broken, the next video reveals the 10 daily habits silently destroying your dopamine without you realizing it. Not the obvious ones. Things you're probably doing right now thinking they're fine. Some of them are things most people would call healthy. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And if this shifted something, you already know the move.